Alright guys, Darkwing here. It's been a little bit. It's been about a week since me and Haley uploaded the first part of Sonic Generations. But here I'm doing a video that I've been wanting to do for like 2 goddamn weeks, and then when I started recording it, when I made the tweet that I was recording it, there was so much traffic on this website that the website kept crashing and I couldn't do it, and then my ISP has just been going out all the fucking time. It's been horrible trying to get this recorded, but we're finally doing the game of the year. As you can see, the last time I attempted to do this, I got 3 votes in before I fucking gave up. Oh, excuse me. Before I fucking gave up. Hopefully, we'll be able to get through all 29 categories today, or at least all the ones that I care enough about to vote in. For some reason, they opened with Game of the Year, so I did vote for Expedition 33, but our nominees were Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I went with Expedition 33 because I really liked Expedition 33. It's the only game on here that I've beaten as of this time. I've still not beat Death Stranding 1, even though I hear Death Stranding 2 is awesome. I don't own a Switch 2, so I don't got Donkey Kong. I don't care for roguelikes. This game's fucking mean, and I don't own Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. You all can, like, buy that for me. But I went with Expedition 33 because I really like the world, I really like the stories. It's a love letter to RPGs, which are my favorite type of video game. So I went with that one. It's not Trails in the Sky first chapter, but I did really enjoy it. I think all of these games, and I don't always think this, but I think all the games up for Game of the Year this year are pretty deserving of it. That these were all like immaculate super games that all came out. So I think I'm not mad about it. And then what was the next one? I didn't have any complaints about that one. Best Game Direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. I went with Death Stranding 2 on this one. Now, I've not really beat Death Stranding 2. I've seen David play a lot of it. The reason I went for this one was because of this keyword here, innovation. I highlighted all of it, but that's, you know what I mean. This, I wouldn't say Expedition 33 really innovated anything. It is a lot of stuff from a bunch of RPGs that have already existed. It does everything that it does incredibly well, but I wouldn't really call it innovative. It's Mario and Luigi Dark Souls. Anything Kojima touches is like insane, which I would put under the innovative category. Ghost of Yotei was just more Ghost of Tsushima. I wouldn't really say it's super innovative. The most innovative thing about Ghost of Yotei, because I have beaten Ghost of Yotei, was that, how do I describe it? Ghost of Yotei is one of those really good games that is iterative. It does everything that Tsushima does. I think that it does everything better than Tsushima does. It's open world, I wouldn't say is directly innovative, but it's directly iterative on what Tsushima was wanting to do, and it just does it better. Now, Hades 2, I don't know anything about because it's roguelike, and I don't look at those. Split Fiction, I'm going to be honest, this is the first one of these like multiplayer games that me and Dylan didn't finish because it was just kind of dull. I'm sorry, Joseph. I didn't enjoy this one. I much rather enjoyed saving my marriage and finding a way out. I didn't love this one, so I went with Death Stranding 2. Once again, no. The only one that I would directly add here in innovation and game direction, I think I would add 100 Line, Last Defense Academy, because that is Kodaka and Uchikoshi's like giant super game, which combines like every idea that they've ever possibly had. That's the only one I can add here, but I can, I don't really think this one belongs here, but I can understand the argument. Best narrative. Okay, now this is where we are going to start fighting, because where's 100 Line? Where is 100 Line at on this in terms of best narrative? I don't think Ghost of Yotei. This has always been a thing with Sucker Punch's like newer kind of games. I don't think their narratives are particularly great. I loved like the first three-quarters of Ghost of Yotei's narrative, and then I didn't. The more I think about the ending, the less I like it. I really liked it when I first beat it, and then the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, that kind of sucks. I'm sure this narrative is perfect. It's Kojima. I'm sure that it is insane from front to back. Expedition 33, yeah, I really liked its plot. I'm gonna be honest, my main critique with the writing of Expedition 33 is the characters themselves, where the character growth outside of like Mayel and Verso, for the most part, are locked behind the persona dialogue trees. But that's a very minor critique. I like the world of Expedition 33. I like the the overarching narrative of Expedition 33 and the plot twist, which I will not say here. I like the plot twist of Expedition 33, and I think the endings in that game are also really good. So this one definitely a contender. This one's definitely a contender. I've not played this one. I voted for Silent Hill F because it's being written by Ryukyushi F. I've not beaten this. I'm playing it through on stream whenever I can. Kind of hard to do with a 5-year-old in the house. But goddamn, this game's probably going to end up being my favorite Silent Hill game by the end of it. So I'm going with this because it's really really good. But these three definitely are contenders, and I don't know what you're doing here. I don't think your narrative was that great. And then once again, where the fuck is 100 Line? I know this is new. I've not actually voted yet. Best art direction. So we've got Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Skong. This one's hard. I don't really know your art because I've only seen bits and pieces of my friends playing you. I've seen bits and pieces of your art because you're always a gorgeous video game. This game is gorgeous. Like, I think this game is goddamn beautiful. I think this game, by and large, is goddamn beautiful. And I think this game's goddamn beautiful. Let me see. Let's read for outstanding creative or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Okay, well, let's think about this critically. So, Skong, I think Skong just looks like a slightly better Hollow Knight. I don't think it's doing anything directly new. So I'm gonna eliminate Skong. Skong is a nice looking game, but I don't think it's doing anything crazy. I don't think I'm not gonna vote Hades 2 just because I didn't play it. Now it might be the deserving winner of this category. Ghost of Yotei. See, my big problem with these two are that they're the hyper-realistic style of game. Kojima always does really weird shit with his hyper-realism. Then for Expedition 33, I do like... Yeah, I'm gonna go with Expedition 33. I like the painting. I like the painting aesthetic a lot. There's not many things outside of Castlevania Portrait of Ruin that do that. And Epic Mickey, I suppose. Best music. I mean, that's... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So we've got Skong. Skong's soundtrack's pretty okay. I don't know your soundtrack. This is the one I'm voting for. This is goddamn immaculate. I love this game soundtrack. I can't tell you a single goddamn song from Ghost of Yotei. And that's a problem with the big Sony-style, hyper-realistic games. I don't know any of them. And then this is just Kojima's playlist. So we're doing Expedition 33 because I look obscure. It's peak. Audio design. Best in-game audio and sound. Okay, that doesn't tell me shit. I think I'm gonna go Silent Hill F because as a genre, horror really can draw from audio design in a way other things cannot. Like you hear footsteps behind you. It's like off to the side, and I got that a lot while I've been playing through Silent Hill F. Battlefield 6. I know sound whoring is a thing in shooters, even though I can't do it because I'm a big dumb baby. When I played the beta, I kind of got a little bit of that, so that's probably number two. Now, once again, these two, I don't, because it's sound design, not soundtrack. It's hard for me to vote for Expedition 33 because I don't think it did anything really interesting with its sound design, which is fine. It's an RPG. It's not something outside of the music itself, which and the sound effects, which directly impacts the sound design. So I think that's whatever. I don't know enough about this. Normally in the first game there was like boots crunching and all that, and it was cool. It drew on some of the horror aspects that go alongside it. And then Ghost of Yotei does a couple of neat things, but it's by and large not anything crazy. So we're gonna go Silent Hill F. Best performance awarded to individual for voice acting, motion, and/or performance capture. Now, I just have something to say on this one. So we have 1, 2, 3 Expedition 33 nominees. We got Erika Ishii, who is Atsu in Ghost of Yotei. We've got Troy Baker for his Indiana Jones impersonation. Why was he not nominated for Death Stranding 2? I've heard he kills it as a character in that, whose name I won't say just in case it's a spoiler. I've heard he slays in that. Why Indiana Jones? That's weird. Which I'm sure he does fine. I've seen a little bit of that Indiana Jones games. He's doing an Indiana Jones impersonation, but he's clearly just doing the Harrison Ford. And he's doing a good Harrison Ford, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking him. It's just, I think this nomination is weird. This one is weird. I thought he would be nominated for the Death Stranding character, not Indiana Jones, which is weird. And then the Japanese mocap and voice, I kind of want to vote for her. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. I misclicked. Hold on. Change my vote. I wasn't done. I gotta sneeze. I didn't sneeze. So for me personally, it's between Ben Starr, Jennifer English, and Kanatsu Kato. Now I am playing Silent Hill F in English, but she was talking like crazy shit about what she went through in order to get this put through for this game. So I kind of want to vote for her. I love my boy Ben Starr. Very handsome man. You just want to like pick his ear a little bit. He's great. Charlie Cox wants to, direct all of his nominations to Gustav's French voice actor and mocap actor, which is really cool. I get it. He says he was in the studio for like 4 hours. He would much rather it go to the person who delivered the performance. I understand. I still think you did really well, Mr. Cox. Gustav's the GOAT. Erika Ishii, I think she did really good. She was a really good Atsu. My complaints about Ghost of Yotei were never about Atsu's performance. It was more Atsu's decisions towards the end of the narrative. But she did really good with the script she was given. And Jennifer English, she's always really good in anything I've ever seen her in. But I kind of want to give it to her. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it to her. I'm sorry, Ben, you handsome man. But we're going to give it to her. Because not that she's more deserving. Everybody here is really talented. But I think she probably put in the most work based on that interview I read. Accessibilities. Now, this is the one I don't think I should be allowed to vote on. Because I don't really... Ubisoft usually does really good accessibility shit, so I'll probably vote for them. I know Doom did some... I think they did, like, colorblind stuff. Now, the rest of these, I don't know what they did. So I'm gonna... This is the one time you'll ever see me vote for Assassin's Creed. Games for Impact. Pro-social message. Now, I've not played any of these. Wonder Stop is probably one I'm going to vote for because I've seen it and it looks kind of vaguely interesting to me. But I've not played any of these games. The only one I know anything about is South of Midnight, and I heard that even though it looks really cool, it kind of devolves and breaks down into things that people don't really like in terms of like gameplay loop. So I'm gonna go with this one because it looks nice. Best ongoing game. Well, I'm obviously voting for FF14. It's the only one we play, but we got FF14, Fortnite, Helldivers, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. I'm gonna go with FF14 because I really like FF14. I still need to play Dawn Trail. I've not gotten around to it yet. No Man's Sky is probably my second choice because fuck you. And then this is probably my third choice, and I don't like Overwatch. So we're gonna go FF14. See, now that we're out of a lot of like the really thought-provoking categories until a couple more come up. Best community support. I mean, once again, I only play FF14 on here, but I've heard Baldur's Gate's got really good support. I've heard No Man's Sky's got really good support, and I know Helldivers does. I don't know about Fortnite, because fuck Fortnite. But FF14, baby, all the way. Glory to Yoshi P. Best independent game. Let's see. I mean, I'm going to go with Skong. Now, the reason I'm not voting for Expedition 33 is because it's not an indie game. It has like an actual publisher. So I wouldn't really count this as an indie game. It's kind of a Dave the Diver situation. It's definitely not a AAA game, but it's not really indie. So I'm going to go with Skong. Then best debut indie, once again, I'm not voting for this one. Because also, once again, all of the people well, not all of them, but most of the people who were like the dev team on this did work at previous studios. A lot of them were from like Ubisoft and places. So a lot of this team is experienced. Now, you couldn't say the same thing about Dispatch, because a lot of them were former Telltale devs. However, they have a publisher, like a decently big publisher. Dispatch did not. Dispatch is as close to like an indie game as a big indie game can get. Now these two I think are like true blue indie games. But I've not played Blueprints. It's on my list. I've heard it's like really, really good, but I've watched people play it and it made me realize I'd shoot myself. I've never heard of Despolette. Now, I've beaten Dispatch. I need to put it up on the media thread, but it looks... it was great, so I'm voting for it. I'm not voting for Expedition 33 and anything indie. Now, best mobile game. What the fuck is this doing here? Voting for Uma Musume because they're the only ones that got Oguri Kappu. But what the fuck is this doing here? This is probably what's gonna win it. LOL. Oguri Kappu. Just like saying her name. Best VR game. I kind of have to vote for this one. Only because of them making fun of Silksong, because I don't do VR or anything. I don't have anything VR related. So we're gonna do Marvel's Deadpool. Best action game. Now this one's interesting because action is such a big... It's such a broad category that in these games, none of them are even kind of similar to each other, because we've got a first-person shooter, we've got a first-person shooter, like, with mechanics, like, not to say this doesn't have mechanics, but you know what I mean. There's, like, more traditional gameplay mechanics in it. We've got a roguelike, we've got a 3D action ninja game, and then we've got a 2D action ninja game. I'm voting for Ninja Gaiden 4, because I like Ninja Gaiden. And I didn't really care for what little I saw on this. I don't really care for first-person shooters, like Battlefield style. Doom: The Dark Ages didn't didn't thrill me from what I watched of it, and this is a roguelike. So Ninja Gaiden 4. Action adventure. Now none of these are like even remotely in the same genre. Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei. These three. Well, I could say these four. I could see. Why the fuck Split Fiction here? I wouldn't really call that. There needs to be a co-op category to relegate these two. I don't understand this one. I guess you could stretch it to cover it, but these are very much more action adventure-y than this. This is just kind of co-op level design. Action adventure. I'm thinking Skong, because once again, I've not played. This one is Yotei's strongest category, I think, because it's got combat, witch reversal, and puzzle solving. Ghost of Yotei did really well with that, but this is a goddamn Super Metroidvania. And I've not beaten Skong. I will probably never beat Skong. That game's hard as dick and nuts. But I did really like it. Alright, now best RPG. Here's where I have opinion. What the fuck is Avowed doing here? This game was so... I have not played Avowed. But I was interested in Avowed because it was Obsidian Skyrim. I watched somebody who was very interested in Avowed play it when Avowed came out. And they were so goddamn disappointed when they started playing Avowed, because it was just so unfinished when it came out at launch. Where is Trails in the Sky first chapter? Where is 100 Line? There's so many good RPGs this year, and you didn't put either of them? Now, I don't really have any thoughts on the Outer Worlds 2. I've seen a little bit of it, and it looks a lot better. Because I didn't really care for what I saw of the Outer Worlds 1, but this one looks a lot more about what I was wanting out of the first game. So I don't really have any thoughts, even though a lot of people have been clowning on it. So, I mean, it's between these three. And, I mean, part of me wants to give it to Monster Hunter Wilds, because I love Monster Hunter with all of my soul. But this game was a goddamn love letter to RPGs. So I'm clicking on it. Best fighting game. Now, I don't really play fighting games. But this is League of Legends, so I'm not picking it. This is a collection. This is a collection. So we've actually only got 3 nominees for like a new fighting game. I'm going to give it to Fatal Fury, because I like Fatal Fury. Best family game, we got Donkey Kong, Lego, Mario Kart, Sonic, and Split Fiction. Now, if you want my actual opinion, Donkey Kong Bonanza is the one that should win and deserves to win. But I owe this fucking blue hedgehog everything, so take my vote, Sonic. Game and strategy games, we've got Final Fantasy Tactics. I didn't even know this game came out. Jurassic World Evolution 3, Civ 7, Tempest Rising, The Altars, and 2 Point Museum. Now, I don't really know what any of these are except for this. I usually don't vote for remakes, but I'm voting for this. It's the only one I know what it is other than Civ 7. Sports and racing. So we've got Football Club, F125, Mario Kart Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Anytime I see this blue hedgehog and anything that's not being raced against Oguri Kaput, I'm picking the blue hedgehog. I quite enjoy the blue hedgehog. Best multiplayer. Arc Raiders, Battlefield, Elden Ring, Peak, and Split Fiction. I'm not picking Arc Raiders because I've not played Arc Raiders. I don't really have any interest in Arc Raiders. I've played the demo, the betas for Battlefield 6. I've watched my friends play Night Rain. I've heard about Peak. I don't know anything about it. And then me and Dylan didn't finish this. So I think on principle, I can't pick this one. So I'm going to give it to Battlefield. Wild that Call of Duty wasn't nominated this year. Now this one I got fucking words with. Because you see this one, it says the word best. That usually means that it's the cream of the crop. And yet we've got a Minecraft movie on here. This movie, like, this movie. I think I own this movie. It's not as bad as Twitter will tell you. But this movie ain't good. It's a dumb kids movie, but it's not like an offensively dumb kids movie, if that makes sense. I think this shit was awful. Devil May Cry Netflix was like horrible. The more I think about DMC Netflix, the less I like it. I think it was literally awful. I actually watch this at my house on the weekends because my friends come over like Saturdays and we do shit. This show was actually good. Like, I actually did enjoy this show. This is probably what I'm picking. I've not seen season 1, but I don't really care for The Last of Us. But Pedro Pascal is a handsome little dude. So I mean, he's got a contender. I've heard nothing positive about Until Dawn. In fact, let's do a funny little new section called Until Dawn Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, it's got to be below 50. 50 or below, right? 51. There is Sonic 3. It was eligible. Where is Sonic 3? Keanu Reeves was Shadow the fucking Hedgehog. Giving it to Splinter Cell. Fuck you, jury who forgot. Most anticipated game. Now, we all know Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to win. It is not even in my top 10 most exciting games. I don't really have that expectation that it's going to be really good. I am actually vaguely interested in this because I love IO Interactive. I'm a big fan of Hitman. That gameplay they put out is a little choppy, but I mean, it looked really cool. I'm not super excited for Wolverine. I like Insomniac and I like Wolverine, but I'm not super jazzed for it. RE9 is definitely up there. I'm very excited for RE9. My vote is for The Witcher fucking 4. Because I think out of all of these games, it's the game I would enjoy the most. So I'm voting for The Witcher 4. I love you, Siri! Content Creator of the Year, Darkwing. What the fuck is that? Ew! I ain't going back down there. Now, normally, I don't know anybody on this screen. I don't know him, and I don't know what that thing is. I know him, because I watched him play Elden Ring when it came out. And I know him. He's my goat Sonar from Dispatch. He's Charlie. I'm voting for Charlie. I don't know who she is. I'm genuine. I was not. I know VTubers have been nominated before. I didn't expect to see one though. Moist Critical. Charlie, you got my vote. And I'll get that fucking peanut off my screen. Esports. I don't really like any of these games, and I don't think they're deserving of a vote. But I'll pick Counter-Strike because I think it's the lesser of all the evils. Esports athlete. Now, I don't know anything about esports. I usually go through this category by picking the one with the funniest name, and I think Rock. Yeah, he's probably getting my vote. Then we got Chovy, we got Forsaken, Cockaroo, Maynard? I don't know how to say that. Is that the zero or is that the zero? Oh, you made your name too hard. We're getting Rock. And this sounds like a fucking parrot. Rock. an esports team, and then normally I just pick something random because I also don't really know anything about this one. I think we're gonna go Team Falcons because when I owned a NFL game on the PlayStation 2, I always played as the Falcons because I like their logo. So that's you get my vote this year. Now, player's voice. Now, we do not have any player's voice yet, and I guess I will be doing a video voting on it whenever it comes time for that. I better see goddamn Digimon and Trails in the Sky since they were in 100 line because they were all three left out of the RPG category. So you better goddamn put them on here, Jeff and Jeff's cronies. Anyway, I think that's it. We can't click on because we don't have this ready yet. So I think that's it. I do want to thank you guys for coming out. This will probably come out on the 1st, which is when Player's Voice opens. So that's going to be a little confusing if you watch this day of, but don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. I do want to thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day and, give me money.